Ever wonder why building a shed might take a few days but building a power plant takes years? The key lies in the resources. Just like a chef needs ingredients to whip up a culinary masterpiece, project planners need resources to bring their plans to life. These resources aren't just limited to labor. We're talking about a whole kit and caboodle here: equipment, materials, subcontractors, and suppliers. Imagine trying to build a tower with a single bricklayer and a trowel. Sounds like a tall order, right? That's because most activity durations are driven by resources. The more resources you have, the faster you can complete a task. So, if the duration estimates for your project aren't based on the available resources, you might as well be trying to knit a sweater with spaghetti. It's not going to end well, and your schedule will end up in a twist. So, if you're planning to build a castle overnight, you better have an army of resources. So, you've gathered your resources, ready to take on the project. But wait, will any resource estimation do the trick? Not quite. You see, it's a bit like baking a cake. Throw in too much flour or too little sugar, and you end up with a culinary catastrophe. Similarly, if you base your duration estimates on generic or incorrect resource assessments, you're headed for a project planning disaster. Your estimates need to be as specific to your project as the recipe is to your cake. Why? Because the availability of labor, equipment, materials, and even subcontractors and suppliers can significantly impact the timeline of your project. Get it wrong, and you risk distorting your schedule, leading to delays and cost overruns. In other words, your cake could end up more like a flop than a masterpiece. Remember, estimating resources is not a game of pin the tail on the donkey. Accuracy matters. So, you've got your resources and your estimates ready, set, go. But hang on, there's a dance to be done here, the time resource tango. Picture this. You're at a grand dance hall. The resources are your dance partners: labor, equipment, material, subcontractors, and suppliers. The more partners you have, the faster you can twirl around the dance floor, right? That's the time-resource relationship in a nutshell. More resources often mean less time needed. But what about the rhythm of the dance? That's where schedule compression and decompression come into play. Think of it as the DJ's control panel, where you can fast-forward the track or slow it down. Compressing the schedule is like hitting the fast-forward button. You're speeding things up, getting more done in less time. On the other hand, decompressing is like hitting pause for a quick breather, extending the time frame to accommodate resource availability. So, next time you're planning a project, remember to do the time-resource tango and make your schedule dance to your tune.